Hoosiers after a huge game on Saturday.
I have such a hard time with this, Rob. I have a really hard time. I know I can cheer for the football team. I know I can cheer for the volleyball team. I know I can cheer for the women's basketball team. What the hell do I do? You can tell me, because Arizona hates me, my alma mater. They all hate me there. So am I allowed to pull for in my daughter Talia's final year in Indiana? I can do it.
Yes. Just the way that you do it is a very Jeff Goodman thing where it's just so annoying every time you say something about it. So find a way to not be annoying with it is probably the answer. But we were at the stadium today, eating some wings. Goodman had a burger and nachos and fries and jalapeno poppers at lunch. But we were watching this game, and you were sitting there, you giving some fist bumps, you were pounding the table because Indiana put up 100 points on Marquette, 100-77. They won. 27 for Tucker DeVries. He had 24 in the first half. Lamar Wilkerson, 23 points, 8 assists. And as a team, they shot a Liberty-esque 14 for 28 from beyond the arc.
And you know what? It didn't surprise me one bit, because that's how this team has been built, right? It's the anti-Woodson system. It is. I mean, it's a complete flip of Mike Woodson, who played an 80s brand of basketball, right? The two bigs, no shooters. They didn't shoot a lot of threes. Then when they did, they missed a lot of threes. This is a pretty watch. They move the ball. They have two of the best shooters maybe in the country. A lot of other shooters that we didn't even see today that can make shots. But, man, I don't know. It's just fun to watch Indiana basketball when it's eye-pleasing. It's been a while. And even Archie Miller, let's face it, we love Arch. It wasn't eye-pleasing as well when he was at Indiana.
Yeah, I think the thing that really stood out to me was the way that they were able to kind of get Marquette out of rotation defensively, right? Like this wasn't just them bombing away and making a bunch of threes that it's like, oh, well, they kind of lucked into that. It's like they got wide open looks. They got to the rim. They were able to create off the bounce. That ball popped left and right whenever they were there offensively. And we have, I believe, we're going to be joined now by Lamar Wilkerson, finished with 23 points, who had 8 assists for Indiana here on Saturday. We got Lamar here. We'll get him in here in just 1 second. But really impressive performance from Indiana. And I'll tell you what, when these guys are playing like that, they are so much fun to watch. Lamar, it's great to see you, man. It's great to have you on. How you feeling? 23 points, 8 assists, national television. You guys put up 100 today.
Man, I'm just grateful for the experience, man. It was a dream, playing in front of that many people and, playing inside the Bulls arena. That was pretty cool. So excited for it.
All right, Lamar, we called you the best shooter maybe in the country when we were by earlier this off season. Only 6 for 10 from 3? I mean, come on, what are we doing here? Only 60%?
Man, hey, some came in and out, man. Some came in and out.
No, but what, to me, again, the 100 points is one thing, okay? And we expected you guys to be able to score points this year. But holding Marquette to 77, and that's been probably the biggest question that I've had and that Rob's had. Can you guys guard at a high enough level to be a team that can go, and maybe compete for the Big Ten title and play deep into March?
In my opinion, yes, we can. Actually, today, Coach was telling us that we actually had a bad defensive day. We kept letting them get 2 feet in the paint, which usually we don't do. So we didn't guard them as good as we could have. But I feel like that we can, we can play with anybody. So as far as, every day we come in, Coach makes us do all these defensive drills and stuff like that to, get us ready for, war. That's what we call it. It's us versus them, us 5 versus their 5. So if we can have the tougher 5 and, just play together, then I feel like we could be a great defensive team.
Yeah, not only did they get 2 feet in the paint, but you guys committed about 300 fouls in the first half. It felt like Reed Bailey only played 13 minutes, got in some foul trouble. But how comforting is it to know you got a guy like Sam Alexis that come off the bench for 13? You got a guy like Trent Sisley, kind of out of nowhere, 15 points, 5 boards for him. You got some depth there that I don't know if people realized.
Yeah, and then we have some more people that's hurt, currently making their way back. So once that all comes back and we all, figure it out, man, it's just going to be like a puzzle. We're going to put all the pieces together and we're going gonna go out there and play the way Indiana basketball should be played.
What's the biggest key now, Lamar? Is it just the defense? Is there something else that you feel like you guys haven't done well in the first couple games that you need to do better?
I just feel like we just keep trusting the process. Keep falling in love with the process. And then trust what DeVries is building, and then bring Indiana basketball back. And I think that everything else will take care of itself.
Well, that's kind of the crazy thing, right? Like all the students, you've seen it. You guys just started playing, but before that, it's like turned into a football crazed school. And you don't know any better.
Man. Shout out football.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, though. You don't know any better. You get there from Sam Houston, and all they do is win in football. I said it, volleyball is ranked. How do you get Indiana basketball back to whereas, that's all the students are. Well, it's not all of the students are going to be talking about because obviously football's rolling. But you got to get the students back, don't you, a little bit?
Yeah, and Coach been preaching that since we've been here for the summer. Get out in the community.
Yeah.
Don't be one of the people that just stay in your room locked up all day. Go out and interact with the students, interact with the community and stuff like that. So I feel like we are getting them back on our side, and I just feel like it's only up from here.
All right, so we talked about the 3-point shooter, Lamar, but you finished with 8 assists, no turnovers today. Have you warned Tayton that you're coming for his starting point guard spot? Is he okay with this?
Man, I used to tell Tayton, man, I played point guard in high school, so you got to watch out now.
Yeah, I can't wait to get out there and I asked Rob. I said, I'm supposed to be objective, right? But it's hard with my daughter going to school there, and frankly, there hasn't been a ton to cheer about the first few years that she's been there about men's basketball. But when I get out there and you guys win a big game, are we going upstairs together? You are 21, so I think we're allowed here. We're going upstairs together, and we'll both maybe we'll split a round. Maybe we'll split paying for a round of everybody who's at upstairs. How's that?
Man, Coach probably watching this. You trying to get me in trouble. You're trying to set me up.
All right, I'll pay. How's that? I'll pay.
All right, Lamar, give me one thing that you learned about your team today that you can kind of take forward for the rest of the season.
That we could play with the circumstances given to us. Like you said, we had about 300 fouls today. So, and then we were still able to come out and play the way we play, and then not let up at all.
Were you at all surprised by the margin of victory and the fact that you kind of pulled away right away in the first half?
I wouldn't say I was surprised. I know how hard we work every day, the type of team that we're building. So, I was more relieved, to see that the work is actually, showing.
Yeah.
So
He's trying to. You just keep trying to set him up.
No, I'm not.
Great answer, Lamar. Look, you've only been at the Power 5 level here for a couple of minutes, but you just dodged 2 bullets. Goodman is putting out landmines for it, and you can't get him. You can't guard him.
I'm not trying to get him. I'm just asking the questions that I think should be asked a little bit of, hey, I was surprised. I was surprised. I thought it would be a tough game that came down to maybe the wire of the last few minutes. I knew you guys were going to win, but I thought it would be a little bit tougher than it was. But again, it was fun to watch. I guess the other question I had was how healthy Tucker was going to be. I didn't realize it was going to be this quick for him to come out like he did in the first half. I mean, I felt like you blinked and he had 21 points.
Man, that's every day in practice, man. He's an everyday guy. So, it's second nature to him at this point.
Who's the better shooter? I'm going to get you in trouble here. Who's the better shooter?
Man, hey, after the performance today, TD got me, man. I told him he got the crown right now. He got the crown.
I think that crown's going to go back and forth plenty over the course of the year.
That's a good question to be asking. Listen, man, it's great to see you. Congratulations on the big win. Congratulations on a great game, and best of luck the rest of the season. We'll see you. Well, we're going to have you. I got a feeling we're going to have you on again at some point here.
You're going to be a consistent.
Man,
in fact, you might be just like a weekly guest, Lamar. if you keep playing the way you're playing.
We can do that.
Yeah, why not, right?
We can do that. I want to interview y'all, though. Next time I want to interview y'all.
Done.
Hey, you're going to ask me some tough ones?
All right, bet. Yeah, we gonna see. I'm gonna try to get you in trouble like you tried to do me.
Please do, Lamar. Please do, Lamar.
Man.
Great to see you, man. Best of luck. That was Lamar Wilkerson.
Thank you.